Today, we're going to see if we can adjust that rich running carburetor. Because, man, is she putting out some rich vapors. Let's see what we can do about it. Yes, sir. You folks see what we got there. We've got the Edelbrock 1406 4-barrel carburetor. And man, that thing is really burning the fuel, sucking the fuel, or something. Because man, she's running rich. Now, I don't claim to be no carburetor expert, but I know I got something going on with this thing. I've looked her over and I haven't found any vacuum leaks, hoses loose or something. I just don't see it. I mean, I've given her pretty good and I'm pretty sure everything's hooked up correctly. I mean, I don't know, but I'm about to see if I can hook a vacuum gauge up to this thing. From what I've learned on YouTube, of course, to see if I can kind of tune and adjust this thing a little bit. Again, I'm no professional and I don't know a whole lot about carburetors, but I do know she's running rich. So I'm about to hook up that vacuum gauge. I'm about to fire this thing up. I'm going to try to get her to room or operating temp, of course. And we're going to see if we can't adjust or tweak this thing somehow, some way. Who knows? I may get her to a point that she won't even run again. But let's find out. Now, I haven't got her warmed up or started yet, but we're about to give her a cold start. I hope the battery's charged. Let's see. We'll give her a couple pumps on the old gas pedal. Ah, nuts. Battery's dead. I don't know what's happened to this thing, but there's something causing a drain on it somewhere because this ain't the first time this has happened. But I got to get the old charger and booster out, so let's get after it. Well, I guess since she won't crank, the battery seems dead. I need to put the charger on it. Let's hook this thing up real quick and see if we can get some power to her. That's a brand new battery, so I obviously got something drawing her down, and that's just something else I'm gonna have to try to trace. But all right, we got the positive and the negative. Let's plug her in and see what happens here. Let's just take a gander and make sure. What the hell, my battery charger ain't even working. It lit up, but then it goes dark. Psh, well, thunder. I gotta see what's happening with it. Let me check her out. Well, I guess another thing I could do is let's just check, see what kind of voltage the battery might have. Okay, let's get put the old tester on there. Let's see here, what are we gonna get off this thing? Oh man, we ain't getting nothing. Definitely something going on here. Ain't getting a darn thing. This thing's showing flat dead. And that ain't right. That can't be right. Man alive, I don't understand. What could possibly be up with this here battery? And it's brand new. It is brand new. Yeah, she ain't got nothing. I gotta have a battery charger. Let's see what we can do about that. Piece of crap. Well, being the other one took a crap, I had to get another battery charger. So I went ahead and bought another Shoemaker battery charger and engine starter. But we'll see what this does to it. I got a good feeling though. I may have to take that battery back and exchange it because that thing isn't but a month old. But we'll let her charge and we'll see what happens. Yes, sir. Unless I put it on the boost and try to get her cranked. We could try that, but yeah, I'm gonna let her charge a bit. We'll get back with you. Well, I've got her on the charge, but Pooch can't wait. We'll go ahead and see if I can give her the boost engine start and get her cranked up and see if we can't get her warming up. I don't have a lot of time. My wife, which I call Pretty, if you ever hear me say my Pretty, I'm referring to my wife. But Pretty and I have got to go somewhere here in a little bit, so I need to try to see if I can do something with it before it's time to go. So let me put her over on boost. Okay, that's boost. I'm gonna kick her over to engine start. I'm gonna get in there and hit the key. Let's see. Huh. Nothing. I sure hope I ain't got a starter issue, but being that didn't work, I'm gonna kick her back over to charge. We'll let her sit and I'll monitor it. Dang it. Can't ever do nothing. We'll check and see. Well, it's a new day. Yes, sir. Actually, it's a new weekend. It's been a whole week since I was last out here and we ran into our last debacle, which was going to try to fire her up and see if we couldn't tune that carburetor a little bit because she's running rich. But, as y'all know, the battery was dead. I tried jumping her off, put a charge on her, a quick charge. Wasn't quite long enough to get her to crank, so I just put her on charge again and let her set, and that just shot the rest of my weekend, and I had some other stuff coming up and going along. But it's been a long week at work, and I'm back out here again on this Saturday morning, and we're about to try it again. I think the battery's got a good enough charge in it. I'm gonna reconnect her, hook her up. We're gonna see if we can get it fired up. Yes, sir. Well, now that I got the battery reconnected and it showed that it had a charge, let's get over in here and see if we can't fire this thing up. Because we got to get her up to running temp before we can go tweaking on that Edelbrock carburetor. All right. Everything looks good. Let's go hit the key. Give her a couple pumps. Boy, I'm glad to see that. She's always fired right up, but she runs rich. And man, that smell of unspent gasoline, that's what I'm gonna try to correct. Now, I'm no pro, never really messed with carburetors, but we're gonna give her a shot. So let's let this thing warm up, and we'll get you back in here when we're ready to try to tune her. Yes, sir. Now again, like I told you, I'm no carburetor tuning expert, but I'm sure gonna give her a shot because this thing burns so rich, you can smell that gasoline, and I got all kinds of blue smoke in the back. I got my vacuum gauge hooked up. This is all new to me, so I appreciate any and all comments, suggestions, or whatever. But give you a little insight here for you folks that are in the know and may probably know a whole lot more than me. 350, a Edelbrock 4-barrel. So I've watched some stuff. It says adjust it by the vacuum. I've watched some stuff that says turn the idle mixture screws all the way in, back them out 1.5 turns. That's what I'm about to do. My vacuum currently is flopping around at about 41, 42 PSI. Now I've read, and what I understood, somewhere around 35 is where you want it. I don't know, but if you do, let me know. Let's see what happens when I go adjusting on these screws. Alright. I'm going to start off by going all the way in. Alright. She's turned all the way in. I'm about to try to bring her out about 1.5, 1.25. Half. One. Quarter. She's still bouncing around that 40. Go the other side. That one was about there. Oh no, I guess the best thing to do is kind of watch that burning and richness in the back. So let's go take a peek. Now I got into it again and I turned them all the way in, and I've got her now turned out one turn. One turn, one full turn. Y'all can still see that little bit of haze in here. She's not quite blowing the blue out of the exhaust like she was, but there's obviously still a little bit. you know, all I can do is piddle with her a little bit. She's idling good. So, yeah, I'm just not quite sure fully because, again, I'm not a well-versed person on the carburetors. But the vacuum didn't change much either. We're still around that 45, and I swear I heard somewhere that it was 35. I don't know. Let me know, please. Well, I've been tuning on her while I had y'all sitting idle on the side. But I wound up turning the idle down a little bit. I wish I had a tachometer hooked onto here. I'm not sure where she's idling at right now, but she's idling good. I would say somewhere around 750, 800, just by ear. And my ear isn't trained, but I wound up turning the mixture screws back in and back out. I was watching my vacuum gauge. I had real low vacuum pressure, and then I was turning her back in a little bit to try to get that vacuum pressure back up, which I did get her back up into 20, 25. It's bouncing around both sides, and she sounds pretty good. She sounds pretty responsive, but what I really noticed was there wasn't as much rich smoke and smell coming out the back. Let's go back there and take a look. Now she's still got a little bit, but it ain't like it was, because whoo, that was something fierce. And the smell isn't quite as bad. Not quite as burning your nose, and I really don't see much blue smoke coming out of there. So, am I fine-tuned? I doubt it. But it's better right now, I think. Now, I did get some help from YouTube's, of course. Gave me a little bit of information. I'll probably dive into it a little deeper, try to get the feel of things, but I think she's better than she was. And that's good for me, because every time I'd come out here, I'd have a cloud of blue smoke and the gosh awful smell of rich burning gasoline. Woo! Give me a headache. Now for you folks, Pooch is no carb tuner, but he tries, and he tries to do it on his own. I was following some YouTube methods here, so don't be scared. For all you guys out there wondering, don't be scared. Get on YouTube and look it up there, see if you can find out something. But this might wrap this one up. I don't know what I'm going to get into next on this thing. It is Saturday. I might get into something else, but that's it for today. But let me tell you, next weekend here in Texas, it's the LMC Good Guys Truck Nationals up there north of me at the Texas Motor Speedway up towards Denton. And I'm planning on going up there and checking it out because I like C10 trucks and I want to go see what they got, you know, get some ideas. So I'm going to be going up there next weekend, and I'm sure I'll take my camera and I'll bring you folks along, so stay tuned for that. If you folks like going to them shows and you want to get a glimpse of what's going on out here in Texas. I'm going to go with my brother up there. Hopefully we have ourselves a good time and check out some cool, badass trucks and get some good ideas too. But anyway, folks, until the next time, remember, everybody needs a friend named Pooch, and they call me Pooch. Yes, sir. See you guys again.